I think it was going.
It's recording.
Yeah, it's going now. So, but let's start all over again. So, your career. You know everybody that's done everything, from Mike Tyson to Billy Kidd to Bodie Miller, skiing especially. But anyway, what in your career brings a smile to your face?
Well, so many moments, but of course, being interviewed by you here, that I always live in the moment. So
well, thank you.
I'm happy and smiling right now. But when I left IMG and went to work for Bill Daniels at America Presents, I left this very heady company that was going a lot of places, but I wanted to go to a smaller place and have like a bigger role, as opposed to being a vice president in a company with a lot of offices and a lot of stuff going on. And then Bill died, and I kind of went off on my own, and I didn't know whether I would ever, be at that level again. And next thing I know, I'm boxing supervisor for the Olympics, and I'm running Golden Gloves, and I'm doing all kinds of things, Bodie Miller and Barilla Pasta, and so many things. Like I didn't miss a beat. And I guess what made me smile the most is I thought I was going to be operating out of my basement, selling the Mountain Man Winter Triathlon, but instead I was still supervisor at the Olympics and working on big international events and working with the best athletes in the world. So I just feel very honored and proud that I was able to keep it going all these years. And then to think that I could work with Glory Kickboxing, trying to establish that business in the United States, big MMA property based out of Amsterdam and Singapore, and we brought it over to the US, and we fought at the LA Forum, we fought at Madison Square Garden, and then to help resurrect the World Pro Ski Tour. I can't think of anything more exciting or better for the world of sports. You mentioned women's sports. I came from a family of very strong women. I have 3 sisters. They were all great athletes. My sister played tennis in college, and my mom was a coach, and my sister was a high school tennis coach, and everybody competed, and everybody, I always thought of women as strong athletes. So I was able to bring women's boxing to Fox Sports back in the early 2000s. We brought women's kickboxing into Glory Kickboxing. We brought women's skiing onto the World Pro Ski Tour.
Yeah.
And we did it with equal prize money and the same courses as the guys. So when Lindsey Vonn was saying, hey, I want to race the same courses that the guys race and they should let me do it, well, we let the women do that on the World Pro Ski Tour. Not
right.
that we let them do it. We give them equal prize money and they run the same courses. So, super proud of the fact that we've been able to bring women into sports at the same level as the guys, multiple times in my career, at America Presents, at the Golden Gloves, on the World Pro Ski Tour, and at Glory Kickboxing.
And speaking of the World Pro Ski Tour, when I was in Tenny Mountain and in Aspen, it's really noticeable that the tour treats both men and women exactly the same. It is, nobody's slighted at all. Prize money's the same, as you said. It really is refreshing to see a huge tour like that do that.
Yeah, I mean, men and women work equally hard to try and become champions, and it's almost like the women have more fun doing it. So
yeah.
We brought women onto the World Pro Ski Tour. We felt we actually took it to the next level.
Yeah.
And really made it a global tour. So.
We have our next guest here, so I could see him over in the distance there. So we're going to close this up. But thank you so much for spending time with me.
Thanks for having me. What a pleasure. Looking forward to seeing you on the slopes this year.
Sounds good. We're going to ski together.
Absolutely.
GoPro, shut off. GoPro, stop recording.